I made Zach change his shirt before we started filming.
And I put on the clothes that most resembled Delilah's wardrobe.
You got
that
like
she
what,
bought
2
me.
white shirts? You told me to buy you shirts.
Yeah, that was my first mistake.
Hey, the only shirts you have in your wardrobe are black. I wear white, he wears black.
Mm-hmm.
They say opposites attract, so. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delilah. If you're new here, this is my hubby. We have 3 children together. The oldest just turned 5. We've been parents for 5 years. We've been married for 6 and a half.
7.
We're high school sweethearts. Started dating when I barely turned 16. And
Which was the soonest we could start dating?
As soon as my dad would let me start dating. You actually asked me out when I was still 15 and my dad said no. Today's video is gonna be a marriage talk. More so reminiscing on our dating years. I went over to Instagram and I asked you, I felt on my heart that I want to share some kind of a marriage video, something with Zach. It's been a while and most of you said you wanted to see this video. So we are going to tell some stories today. Stories that we may not have ever shared here. I did get you guys to ask some questions, some things that you've been wanting to know. And we are gonna make this video super cringy.
Oh no, oh no.
We're pulling out the OG hard drive.
OG. What's that?
Original.
It's like orange juice.
You're revealing your age here.
F. And that's not how you spell juice.
Yeah, this is gonna be a super cringy video because we've got the pictures from the beginning of our dating years.
Should be good.
Yep. So join us as we reminisce.
Embarrass.
As we embarrass ourselves. Are you ready for this?
Are you screen recording?
No. I'll just pop the photos up on screen. We're gonna start with some photos, just because I want to reminisce and I'm hoping it might bring up some stories that we've forgotten about. This is a really fun date night idea, by the way. If you've been together for a while, look back at some old photos, videos. We had a real good time laughing at ourselves a while back.
You should
So
just do,
basically,
here, do this. This will be easier. Just let me, I know better than you. There, now you can just go like this. Huh? Huh? Cool. You're welcome. You can thank me later.
You're so little, honey.
Oh, and that necklace I bought you too.
Oh, okay. So this must have been after we came home from our missions trip.
Mm-hmm. Must have been.
We've been dating for a little while then already.
Oh,
Science,
chemistry.
School.
The back must have grabbed your phone
Obviously.
because I was super cool.
Look at my hair.
You ever see that show? I never have, but like of the cone heads.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I should screen record this. So this is like pretty deep into our dating relationship already. We've been dating for a while. Let's zoom in on that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything about that is okay. Cute.
Yeah.
Didn't I like make a mug for you with this picture on it?
I wonder where that went.
I probably threw it away.
Everything about that picture is fantastic.
That was my room. I painted it lime green.
Yeah. And you're wearing a zebra onesie. Who is this?
Oh yes, comparing our
Skin tones.
still something that happens. Hey look, I'm pretty dark right now. Look at that.
Good job.
Thanks.
I'm always photobombing.
You still do that one.
Just have more
Classic
facial hair
poses.
now.
You got such a baby face there.
Yeah, right?
You got some nice wings going too.
Yeah, that one I threw it. I don't know. I just found that stick and I was gonna throw it in the river. That's a pretty good description of what I'm like.
Anytime we walk past a body of
Find
water.
the stick, I'm gonna throw it in the water. Oh wow.
Another classic Zach move.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
You are cute.
That's not cute.
Did we even get one good photo there?
Oh, you took me out for a fancy dinner, remember?
Wow. We should go back there for a date night.
Are they still open?
Yes. Why? Yeah, this is
That
this is a good story.
No, it's not.
This one is when no one actually heard it. Although only the 3 girls laughing heard it, but apparently Delilah was posing for a Fardo. A photo and accidentally tooted or something.
I don't even remember.
But all of us guys, I remember us just sitting there and like, what is wrong with these women? Mm-hmm.
So weird. Like
And
how
for
I
some
edited that one.
Yeah. Oh, that was my car. I miss my car.
Zach had a very noisy car.
Yeah, it was just a Honda Civic, not even like the SI, like the nice one. It was just a normal like Civic, but it had a muffler on it, and it was the coolest thing.
I hated that thing.
It was blue, and I had white rims. Photo here. Bing. Took some nice photos of it. I think it's on my hard drive. My OG hard drive.
I feel like we should do a little backstory of like before we started dating. I think that's actually some of the questions here. Let me find it. How did it start? How old was I? I was probably like 14, maybe 15 when I first started texting Zach. Why I started texting Zach in the first place, I don't know.
Because I was a boy.
Back in the day when not everyone had phones, and so I was so excited. I didn't even have a phone yet. I just had a texting app.
I don't think I had a phone either yet. I remember texting on my iPod Touch.
Oh.
Text Plus was the app, which might date us, but some people will know what it is.
We have Text Plus to thank, even though we were in the same classroom and saw each other every day. But we have Text Plus to thank for the beginning of our relationship.
We text all the time, and then at school, the only thing we'd say to each other would be bye. Bye.
I was so shy. Like, I still am. Like, cripplingly shy. So for me to talk to the guy that I liked, that was huge. When I started texting you, I didn't even like you then. I didn't have any interest.
Thanks.
I didn't have any interest in anyone. I just got your number from my friend, and I was like, hey, I'm just going to start texting random people in our class. You were the only person who really was like interested in talking to me. I was not in the popular crowd, let's just say that. You treated me so well, and you actually wanted to talk to me, and we had good conversations. That's how it started, and it kind of grew from there, and we just kept talking and talking and getting to know each other, and I realized I like this guy. I really like this guy. But he's into someone else.
I was so blind, I didn't see what was in front of me the whole time. I never really dated anybody else, though.
Well, kind of, sort of. You were into someone else at the time, and then you started dating someone else after our relationship grew deeper. Yeah. And that was a stab in the heart for me.
I'm so sorry, because I should have seen it the whole time.
Well, you didn't know. I never said anything. But you started dating this girl, and I was so sad for so long. Like, a couple months went by. I finally started to get over the fact that, maybe we're just not meant to be together. Finally started, like, accepting that and moving on. And then late one night, it was like 2 a.m., you text me, angry at his girlfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend at the time. After that, you started to text me more and more and more. The fact that I was the one that you reached out to that late night when you were so angry and just needed to talk to somebody.
Which should have been my clue to the, like, hey,
that was
I can talk to this girl. I can actually rant, and she listens and is there for me. But it's like, nope, too blind and too young and dumb.
After that, the relationship grew. Zach finally realized that I've been here waiting for you all along.
Thank you for waiting for me.
I mean, we were children.
Yes. Only thing I really liked was my car at that point.
You didn't even have a car at that point.
Yeah, you're right again.
Wait, okay, no, you had a green crap car. I don't know what happened to that car. The only memory I have of that car is that
it was a sweet car.
You came to my house for a Bible study. I was hosting Bible study that night, and I had invited Zach to come, and we barely spoke to each other the whole time. But I remember him trying to, like, show off his car afterwards, and oh yeah, you were like revving the engine, and you were blasting music on my driveway, and I was like, okay. And you were trying to impress me, but it was not impressing.
I don't remember that.
That's the only memory I have of that car.
Well, were you impressed?
No. Classic.
Well, I am just such a photogenic person.
Oh, this was our first anniversary or second? I think that was our first anniversary, which, yeah, there we go. You gave me a promise ring. My dad gave my mom a promise ring too when they were dating. So they liked you.
Mhm.
So they fully approved.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's not even worse. It's worse. Ah! Oh! Okay. Well, I'll just leave it there. That's whatever. Oh. It's like terrifying clown death stare. I'm gonna eat you. Oh.
Oh, I'm wearing your hat.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, that's where we got married. Or receptioned. Receptioned.
Reception.
Hey, that's actually not a terrible photo. Besides my massive dorky glasses.
Mine too.
Oh,
And
yours
my
look
hair.
good. I remember your glasses were so cute on you. We should move
Aw.
this.
Oh, grad photos.
No.
Nice.
Is that a correct photo?
Yeah.
I remember looking at those
Not a
photos
good
and like, oh, you're so pretty. Just wanna jump in.
Just a couple of cuties.
Mm-hmm. That was my favorite hat. Wow, that is like.
Gets better.
Oh yeah, you poked me in the eye or something.
Oh look, baby Zach. Aw.
Oh.
Oh wow. Wow.
What do you? Just like again.
We'll keep going with the photos, but we're gonna answer some questions. Meeting each other's parents and their thoughts. My parents approved right away. Like they knew who you were, they knew who your parents were, your family. Mennonite family circle, we all kind of know one another and who everyone is, and
Someone knows someone who knows someone or
yeah.
something.
So my parents approved like long ago when Zach and I even just first started texting.
But I remember when I came to pick you up to go to Starbucks, I walked through the door. Your dad wanted to meet me first, which made sense.
Yeah.
But it was like the way Delilah's parents' house is like you walk through the door and then it's like
It's a bi-level.
Yeah, so there's like the whatever entrance and there's stairs up and then the main level and it was like everyone was standing there, like
My whole family.
her three siblings, her parents, and everyone was just like standing there. It was just like, hi. And then it's like, I thought it would be like meeting her dad, but it was just like a wall of people staring at me. That was terrifying.
I don't know why.
And just like, why was everyone there? I was like,
I was the first one in the family to date, and so everyone was probably just so curious. What did your parents think?
I'm trying to think of a moment like when they met you, but I just can't remember.
It was probably our like first official date. We went to your house and we watched Lord of the Rings that night. We sat Bible width apart, and we did not.
Did we watch the
cuddle.
whole movie?
I don't remember. That must have been the night that I met your parents, but I don't even remember. How many years were you dating, and did you have any fights and arguments?
I remember one specifically. When you were texting a bunch of guys from your work, and I told you
one
not to.
guy who I worked with.
No, a bunch of guys.
One
And
guy.
for my past relationship, that was a very bad experience for me. And so when you were texting other guys, I got extremely jealous. And I told you not to. And then I remember you were still texting them, and I got so mad. I was so mad because it feels just like reoccurring in my mind. And I knew this one guy liked you.
Oh, he didn't.
He did, but that's the only time.
I don't ever remember arguing about it though. I remember
Might
you
have
were
been
silently fuming the whole way home when you
Yeah,
drove me
might have
home.
been
I should have listened to you, and I should have stopped texting. That was my bad, my fault. I take the blame.
Also an overreaction on my part. But we're okay. We're happy. You don't text guys anymore. I don't have any other
Don't text
relationships.
anyone anymore. Who has the time? Who was interested first? What is your and Zach's favorite memory or date from your dating years? Fireflies.
Oh yeah.
You used to be romantic?
That's the one romantic thing that I did.
You've done a number of things when we were dating. Zach took me out late one night. We were just driving around, something that we did often was just go for a drive. And I grew up more so like in town. I never really grew up in the country or anything like that. And Zach took me to a spot overlooking the river, and there were fireflies. It was my first time ever seeing fireflies. It was the coolest thing to me. And then he got out his longboard, and we sat on his longboard behind his car, and then we made out. And it was like super romantic with the stars. It was just, we should do that again.
Okay, we should actually go look for Fireflies. I haven't seen them
We should
basically
show
since
the
that
kids
point.
the Fireflies.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We gotta see
that's
if we
the
can
thing.
find them first.
The thing now is we've traded a lot of our romantic one-on-one moments for
We should take the kids.
memories with children.
Yeah.
Did you talk about sex while dating?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, that's something, of course, that's going to be brought up. I mean, there was a lot of attraction between one another, and it was something that would obviously come up. And we talked a lot about just like boundaries because we wanted to save ourselves for marriage. Yeah, I think we had a lot of open conversations about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever come close to having sex?
We shouldn't answer that question. There's definitely times where,
It was hard.
yeah, but we both knew what we wanted, and that was to not and to save ourselves.
For marriage.
So I don't think we would have done anything, but it was definitely, the temptation was definitely there.
How did you know you liked Zach, and how did you tell your parents you had a boyfriend? Well, like I said in the beginning, I knew I liked him because he treated me so well. That was my first clue. Telling my parents, I just walked into my parents' room the night he asked. I'm like, I have a boyfriend? And the night that you kissed me, I walked into my parents' room and was like, I just kissed him. I did.
Oh man.
I had a good relationship, especially with my
Yeah.
mom. Like, we were really close and still are. And I don't know, I couldn't keep it in. I was so excited.
That's
My
awesome.
boyfriend kissed me. Zach brings this up all the time.
Yes. Oh, it's a story.
When did you first fart in front of one another?
It's so funny, but such a, like, everyone asks that question.
I don't remember the first time you did. Because you
I
just
don't.
did it all the time. And so
I was comfortable around you.
Just
I'm
became
not
a
gonna
thing.
feel bloated if I could avoid that. We were engaged and had a place, and it was just, I can't remember how it came up, but it was just like, I've never heard you fart. But then after some convincing, I convinced her to let one go, and it was a wall shaker. And that's when I knew I loved you.
Oh, no. He brings up this moment all the time.
And still to this day, like the one time,
When
it's funny because it shouldn't be such a goofy, embarrassing thing because everybody does it.
God has a sense of humor.
Because kids do it all the time. They're just like, oh, I farted. And it's like, that's how it should be. Or like a burp, like, oh, excuse me.
Can you imagine if everyone just let it out whenever they
Well-
wanted to? Like, the world would be a very stinky place. When and how you realized you should be together? I knew right away.
Yeah,
I knew
basically,
before
too.
you even asked me to go on your first date.
Oh, I didn't know that soon, but just the moment where we were not wanting to leave each other. Like when the date night was over, like, I don't want to go home.
Boundaries. So my parents had some rules set up that we abided by. I had a curfew.
That we did not listen to.
Yes, we did. We always were.
No, we didn't.
We left at curfew, and maybe we were always just a couple minutes late, but we abided by that.
What do you mean we left at curfew?
Like, left your place to get to my
Oh,
place
okay.
by curfew. My dad had a rule, like, the door has to stay open. It can be, like, closed a little bit, but it has to stay at least a little bit open. I think those were really the only two rules. Oh, and we could only see each other a certain amount of times a week just because we were in school. Obviously, that should be our priority at that time in life, and so that was another rule that my parents had. But I don't think your parents had any rules. For ourselves, we had some boundaries, like clothing stayed on, clothing did not come off. That was kind of like the one.
Besides the boundaries we touched on before, definitely rules and stuff we respected.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really good and healthy in a dating relationship, especially in a relationship where you do really want to save yourselves for marriage, which was, I am so glad that we did, and we stuck to that, and we were very insistent that we would do that. I'm gonna look through some more photos. You gave me
Oh, yeah.
your shirt and cologne while you were gone.
Where
on
did I go?
vacation. You
Or is that the
went
Cuba
on
one?
vacations like all the time. I don't know. You were gone. You gave me your shirt and your cologne, and I wore it constantly.
I wonder what your
And
parents thought.
I missed you so much. But I remember just like, I don't know, acting out a lot. And my dad finally like came and talked to me. He's like, "Yo, what's going on?" I'm like, I just miss him so much.
Wow. Oh, that's
Oh, that was a fun one.
that's with me. Like, why don't I just? Like,
Why can't you just smile?
oh, nice. We should go quadding again, hey?
That was fun. That was like the first time in a really since I was a kid that I went quadding. I sat on
Power
the back,
steering.
he rode. That was fun. Adventurous. More adventurous than we were. We're not very adventurous people. We're just the kind of people who stay at home and watch movies.
That is like my favorite picture. I remember my cousin would come out and he was really big into guns and stuff, and so he'd always bring some sort of gun to shoot on the acreage. And my cousin, we were getting ready to go shoot, and then he just turned to Delilah and said, "Here, hold this." And that was her reaction.
City girl
I,
Delilah
somehow
holding a gun.
because she's just like, I remembered she just took it and was just like, what do I do with this thing? And you can even tell how she's holding it. She's like, just doesn't know. And just then I took a picture of her and she happened to blink, and it's just the funniest picture.
Oh, and we're engaged. Look at that.
Hotel floor.
Hotel floor. Next to my purity ring.
Why we can't just take a normal picture, kind of boggles my mind.
You in the background. Delilah, why are you taking a picture of your cup? Let's go. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't sleep a wink that night because
That was with your
you
family.
and everyone else was snoring so loudly. So eventually I just went and sat on the dock.
That should have been a clue into your future life with me.
I did not sleep well for the first year of our marriage because of your snoring.
I'm sorry.
It took me a long time to get used to it.
You used to do that all the time. Where you'd do this, and then yeah, dry your gum. Oh goodness.
Like that.
Oh no. Taking pictures of me. Oh goodness. Oh, lovely.
When I ask him for a nice picture, this is what he does.
Because of your... all of those.
Oh, you got your ring.
Wow, see how different it looks?
It
I don't
does
have
look.
it on. It's
I'm not wearing my ring either.
Look at our rings. But mine, the white gold turned completely a rose gold. It's all that color now. Wow. Wowie, wowie, wowie. That's what I knew. We have those pictures we look back on, and that's one of them.
Oh, look at this, honey. You're helping make wedding invitations.
I remember doing that.
Oh, remember this? Our first DIY project together that we never ended up finishing. Why don't you show me how you really feel? We tried refinishing a dresser, and for some reason we chose this very terrible gray
Why
stain.
did we not wear
and
gloves?
we didn't even
I don't know.
that never amounted to anything.
It was terrible.
This was our first place. This was our basement suite.
Mm-hmm. Kia table.
We still have that table.
Yeah. Oh, there's my car.
There's this car and the license plate I gave you for your first Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at
Sweet.
that. See,
You can admire his car.
See, I kept it so clean. Had white rims. I love those rims.
This was a trial of our wedding cake. I made our wedding cake. My 19th birthday and my first legal drink. You planned a nice surprise family supper for me. All I wanted was to just be at home and be with you and cuddle and sleep and relax.
And then I planned
And you had planned this
surprise
big
thing with
surprise
all of our
thing.
family.
Now we're getting into honeymoon.
How much more are we gonna roll
This
here?
is it. This is it.
Okay.
This is the end of our dating year
We could
photos.
go for 2 hours yet.
No, I've told the story before, but on our honeymoon, we were so young we couldn't rent a vehicle. And we had our hearts set on going to Maui, but we couldn't rent a vehicle. But we could. My dad did a lot of research to help us out. We could rent a U-Haul.
So we rented a U-Haul with the intentions of actually renting the small F-150 pickup truck. But when we got there, the guy said that a construction site was just continually renting it and using it as their truck. And so we couldn't get it. So he said, well, we have cargo vans.
We toured the island in our U-Haul, and it was great. That's a little recap of our dating years. A few stories, a few cringy, embarrassing photos. We've been wanting to film this video for a while, and
It's a good one. It
It's a
makes
good
us
one.
more
It's-
real.
it's-
We're very relatable people. We've been through it all. We're cringy. Sometimes when we meet people, they're nervous to talk to us because apparently Delilah's famous and makes people nervous, but we're just silly, embarrassing people. That's all we are.
Yeah, I can't think of any other stories. I know there's a plethora of other stories that I'm
Nice
sure we
word.
have yet to tell. Thank you. I felt very proud of myself for using that.
Okay, what did you say?
Plethora.
Plethora.
I don't
What
know
does
if
it
I've
mean?
ever actually used that in a
What does it
sentence
mean?
before. Like, a lot of.
An abundance. That's my word.
Plethora.
Are you Googling it?
Yes. Just make sure I used it right. A large or excessive amount of something.
Plethora. I'm gonna use that too because that's an awesome word.
It makes you sound smarter than you really are.
I didn't know what OG meant.
Anyway, there are many more stories I'm sure we have yet to tell, and maybe one day we'll like write them down as we think about them and film a full video of just the good old stories and reminiscing. But it's really fun to do this, to go back and just remember the good old memories. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this candid conversation and the embarrassing photos. We'll see you.
Here's what it is.
We'll see you in the next one.